Okay, good afternoon, all. At this time, I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Merrimack Town Center Committee on Friday, August the 23rd, 2019. It's noontime, and we're in the Matthew Thornton Meeting Room in the Town Hall. Our first order of business is to remind everyone to turn on their microphones so the little green light shows so that our voices get recorded for the taping of this meeting. And we need to have a minute taker for this meeting. And is Jackie up for it today, or, yeah?
I will.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you for doing that. And our next order of business is approval of minutes for May 17th and June 28th. We have two sets of minutes. I've reproduced them and handed them out to everyone here. And let's take up the minutes of the 17th of May first. May 17th. These have been revised from the original. Last time, as you know, we had these on the agenda, and there was a lot of changes needed, so we did them over. And this is the current version, and I'd like a motion to approve them when you're ready.
Motion to approve as
Printed. As
amended.
As amended, okay. Do we have a second to that? Seconded by Bill Cummings. Okay, got that, Jackie? All those in favor of the motion?
I must have. Aye.
Aye. I have three people in favor. You in favor of these minutes, or you abstaining?
I am abstaining.
Abstaining, okay. And Jackie,
I'm in favor.
in favor. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I wasn't here.
Oh,
Okay,
Was
okay.
I?
4 were in favor, okay? Bill Cummings, yourself, Jackie,
okay.
Karen, and Nelson are in favor. The other 2 abstain due to their absence from that meeting. Okay, thank you. That's the minutes of May 17th. Then we have the minutes of June 28th.
I move that the minutes of June 28th be accepted
Okay,
as
printed here, right?
printed.
Do we have discussion for this motion? Or you can, or a second, first of all. I guess we'd need a second to discuss it.
I'll second.
Okay, Karen Freed seconds the motion. Any discussion? Are you ready, or do you want a little more time? You guys all set? All in favor of the motion? Aye. Any opposed? Abstaining?
One abstention.
Bill Wilkes abstains. You might note that Matt Chavanel is not here yet. And,
How
You
did
may-
you vote?
what?
How did you vote?
Oh, I voted in favor. Yes, I voted to approve the minutes. All were in favor with the exception of Bill. Okay? Old business is next on our agenda today. The farmer's market booth. I got 2 different versions of minutes. One of them said that last time we said we would support a booth at the farmer's market, and then another set of minutes said, no, we decided not to.
Yes, that was exactly how it went.
Was that as
So-
amended?
As amended. You've got the minutes in front of you. What do you see there?
What do you want, May 17th?
June 28th.
June
I don't have
28th.
No, the minutes ended up, as the
You have to-
discussion went forward, we decided that we didn't have enough helpers to have a,
I kind of remember it that way too, but then when I found a set of minutes, I guess maybe it was the 17th, we said we would do it. The 17th of May.
first we said we would, but
Yeah.
then reality took over.
Okay, so are we agreed we'll not support the farmer's market this year? Is that agreement, everybody?
Yeah, that
Okay.
we were gonna
Okay,
do the
let's-
2 other projects instead.
Yeah. Okay. Next item is the status on the planning board's NRPC study. The NRPC was tasked by the planning board to do a end-to-end of Route 3 sidewalk inventory and discussion and the plan. And they have finished it, and the only thing missing was the fact that the plan had originally been requested by the Department of Transportation. And we have not been successful in getting the Department of Transportation to say yay, nay, or whatever with this particular plan. And so the plan at the moment is they've been given, the DOT has been given a notice from our Community Development Department that the planning board will be adopting this plan in September, without the DOT's blessing, if you will, just because we want to move on with it. So that's kind of where that is. Any comments or thoughts on that?
If you accept the plan without the Department of Transportation's approval, then does the money not be forthcoming? What do we do about it?
There's no money involved in this, other than what NRPC has put into it. I'm not sure what money you're talking about.
Well-
There's no money tied to this. The DOT was giving us difficulty because we were piecemealing, in their words, the sidewalks on their roads, the DOT roads.
Okay.
Okay? They said, we aren't going to approve any more of these piecemeals until you develop a plan. So we've now developed a plan. We wanted them to say, yeah, that's what we had in mind, but they suggested we do a plan. They suggested we involve the NRPC. We did all those things.
Okay.
We've got the plan,
Okay,
and now we're not getting any cooperation.
okay,
Okay, that's the status.
okay.
The Sahegan River Trail status is inching along. I have a memorandum from Dawn Twamala, from the Quantum Engineering, saying the survey worksheets are in-house. They finally got that done. They have been reviewed with comments by this office and sent to the surveyor for updates. The laser scans look good and will provide information needed for the New Hampshire Division of Historic Resources and New Hampshire DOT so that an eventual memorandum of agreement can be formulated, whatever that's all about. Once we have the final worksheets in hand, we will schedule a continuing discussion with NHDC Cultural Resources Agency. We're still hoping to get this design done by the end of this year, but these are the baby steps that they have to go through. So that's their
I
response.
didn't get it.
Either did I, but I read
Okay.
it the way I got it.
Dawn is excellent at planning and drafting and all of that, but I don't know whether she can write a paragraph.
She didn't write this. This was written to her.
Oh, to her.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is from Jim. Jim Bouchard is his name, who's the engineer at Quantum, who is the contractor who's tasked to do the design for this project. So my take on this is that the design, the preliminary steps are still ongoing, even though I thought this Historic Resources was done 2 years ago. But apparently, when we changed the contract substantially by adding more money to it, we now got to go back through some of these hoops over again. Historic Resources being one of them, and that's what's going on. That's all I can tell you. Anyway, frustrating work, this town center committee. Additions for the TCC on the town website. Bill Cummings, what have you got to report to us, Bill?
Not much. Not much. It's been a busy summer. I'm sorry. I don't have a lot to report right at the moment.
Okay, well, you get another chance to talk next under new business, so maybe you can bring us up to date on that. The school teachers, the
Yeah,
student project.
I just sent a message to Mr. Shaughnessy. I don't think he's back at school yet.
No, probably not. Yeah,
But I sent him a message and said I'd like to get this going as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
okay.
think they may be looking for a permission slip from us, so I'll check with Matt to see what that needs to look like.
Yeah, and
I'm not an attorney, and I just like to do it
I'm not
short
sure
and
who
sweet.
us is. It may have to come from the council, or, I don't know.
Huh.
What permission? I hadn't heard about this one before.
Yeah, this I mentioned the last time, just before school ended, that he was looking for something, a permission slip, so the parents would know if their child is out, volunteering on the Sauhegan Trail, what the reason is,
Oh,
and what our purview is.
the permission is coming from the parent of the children? That I
Apparently,
understand.
that's what he's asking.
Oh, okay. I thought he was
Yes.
looking for permission from us, and I'm not
No,
sure
I
we
think it's
grant
parental permission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
if the student is a minor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, stay on top of that, Bill.
I will.
Let us know
I will.
next
Yeah,
month.
I
what's,
don't expect to hear back from him. I don't think they're
Yeah.
in until middle of next week, maybe,
Yeah.
report to class.
Okay, and you're up on the next topic there, which is the TCC editions on the town website and additional TV presentations. Any progress in any of those areas?
Well, I think what we had talked about was that we were going to, when we had this production by the school,
Yeah.
that we would put that
Yeah.
on the television.
Yeah.
The other option is we don't use the school and we go with in Nicholas LaValle
Yeah,
or someone here from the town to go out, walk the trail with us and
Yeah.
put it on TV.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so what are we gonna do? We're waiting for the school, is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm trying to give the school an opportunity because it's a good
They offered-
volunteer
yeah.
project. I'd rather a student do it, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, than
Yeah.
take town employee
Yeah.
time away,
Yeah.
if they're willing to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get
It
caught
might
up
be
in.
nice for TV if we did it like right when the leaves were changing too.
Sure.
It probably
Like
will be if
you
we're
know.
lucky.
No, seriously,
If
I
we're
mean,
lucky, we can
like
get it in
October.
before
Yep.
then.
Yep,
Be out on the trail with the
Yeah.
leaves changing.
that'd be
It would
great.
look nice on TV.
Sure. It would.
I'll help with that, Bill, in any way I can. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not an expert at any of that stuff, but
No, me neither.
I can carry equipment or something.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
let
Well,
me
you've
know.
already
We may have
designed
you.
the background.
I may have you toting the camera, Bill. Thanks.
Okay. I've got a new project for us.
Oh, yay.
Brand new. What happened, this is something that, this is a discussion that's come up to the Community Development Department. And we got a couple of those. Oops, here's another one, Karen. So we've got one for everybody. This is are y'all, first of all, are y'all familiar with the Longa property? The Longa property is along the river, behind Village Falls condominiums on the other side of the Babusick Brook, from there, between there and the Merrimack River. This land has been used as a borrow pit for fill materials. It's been used as a town dump, and it's had a lot of historic uses. Apparently, they're now beginning to think long-term about developing it into multifamily housing. This looks like some form of cluster housing, which is on this map. I've been in touch with Matt, forgotten his name. I'll remember it in a minute. A representative of the engineering firm that's working with the Longa family on this piece of property. And they wanted to have a discussion with us, but unfortunately, Matt is out of town this week, so he couldn't meet with us, but we'll probably meet with him at some point in the future to talk about what he wants to do. I'm handing this out today to show you what their preliminary thoughts are and to think about how we would want to interface with this. I know our long-range plan called for a walking trail between Watson Park and Twin Bridge Park. And I think we still like that idea. And,
For point of reference,
yeah,
is this the entrance to Watson Park?
yes, that's Watson Park up there, yeah. The heavy green there is wetlands associated with and including Babusick Brook. So Babusick Brook runs down through there. There is a bridge across Babusick Brook on the town property, which hooks around out of sight here. But maybe we want to utilize that bridge rather than getting into building another bridge. But then we're still on the, we can use the Twin Bridge. We can connect up to that and with a walking trail. And I'm giving this out so you think about it and wonder about it and plan for what we would want to ask for. I think it's in a position where we will ask for certain things in here, and maybe we'll get them and maybe we won't, but we'll ask. The thing that's most intriguing to me is, you notice the railroad runs left and right on this, and the other side of the railroad is land that's owned by these people. But, and maybe we'd want to make an access to the river there, or at least to a river view or a river view trail. It's something to consider, the issue being crossing the right-of-way for the railroad, because the railroad is not generous in giving out crossings of its property by any stretch of the imagination. But something to consider, something that you could ask for.
I have a question.
Yeah,
So where it's labeled Merrimack River at the bottom,
yes,
just above that is something, 3 lines and then slashes, that, it's like
Yeah.
a bound, is that just the boundary, or does that signify something?
well, I think it may signify the floodplain, because the banks are quite steep there. We're guessing here because we don't have enough information, but it may be the edge of the floodplain.
So
The
then,
triple line would be the high water mark of the river, or the normal high water mark of the
okay,
river. Yeah,
now, and that white band above it
Yeah.
that cuts across, with what looks like fence posts,
yeah.
do we know what that is? Is
We-
that the trail?
We believe
No.
that
No.
is the railroad.
That's the
Oh,
railroad
that's the
tracks.
railroad.
That's the railroad,
Oh, I see.
okay? So we're separated from the river by the railroad,
Gotcha.
and the river,
Oh, that makes it much clearer, okay.
river views or whatever. And right now, I see nothing, even internally in their planning, to show any pedestrian ways through here. So
Right.
it's
Okay.
a blank slate as far as that's concerned, and we might have some suggestions to enhance that accessibility and view, at least, of the river, is probably not a good place for boat launching. I don't know what's off to the left here when you get into
There's a bridge
the bridge, yeah.
right here. There's a line that doesn't show here, and I'm not sure exactly where Watson Park is.
Yeah,
But that bridge over the Babuzik Brook
yes,
was built for the emergency vehicles.
yeah,
So it's very big and sturdy.
yeah,
And the other thing is that the town of Merrimack owns a right-of-way that went with the land and access that to the railroad.
oh, really? That's interesting to know. You say to the railroad,
Yes, I believe so.
yeah,
Just to the railroad, not across.
not across it, yeah.
But I didn't know Longa owned the other side of the railroad.
Yeah, it's all part of one parcel, and it was probably owned by a farmer or somebody, and they sold off or gave away or somehow made an agreement with the railroad to run through there. And the railroad, as I say, historically, our experience with the railroad is they are not interested in having people cross their properties.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that right-of-way that the town has here used to be the side, what do you call them, of the little rail, the spur.
this, okay, that siding, yes, right. And that has a bridge too across the brook, or is it the same bridge?
Same bridge.
It's the same bridge, that's what I thought, yeah. Okay. Well, we need more information, but something to start thinking about. It sounds like they're getting ready to do something in here. And
Yeah.
it's probably a ways off, given the,
If the riverbank is pretty jagged and steep, like you're saying, Nelson,
yeah,
I'm not sure we would really want to promote getting over the railroad. I mean,
yeah.
might just cause more problems. And
It could. If
I
there's-
mean, maybe
yeah,
there's something you could do on the west side of the railroad.
Yeah,
You know, if you had your walking path, if you had walking
path on that
path on
side,
that side going down there,
yeah,
you know, you might be able to have some little places to sit and view or whatever. or-
yeah. You'd kinda have to go down in there and see
But
what
I
it
could see it
really
like
looks
be a problem if, you know, if you had kids in this development or whatever and
Yep.
they're fooling around on the other side of the river and they fall in or, might be a,
It's easy to cross the track, though.
might be a no, but isn't it fence? Is that a fence?
Uh-uh.
I don't think there's any fence.
You can just walk right
It's
across.
supposed to be a railroad track, I think.
I think, yes, the nearest
Okay.
thing they had in
So
there.
there's no fence.
No.
So
Really,
it doesn't really matter.
poor
I mean, we wouldn't
representation.
worry about the liability issue.
Yeah. Maybe we want to recommend they put a fence to keep people off the railroad.
Absolutely.
And the
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
bridge is dangerous.
Well, the bridge you just told us was very
Oh,
strong.
the one, yeah, the railroad bridge.
Okay, is there more than one bridge over Babuzik Brook?
Oh,
Were you-
over
Jackie,
Babuzik.
you talking this bridge over here?
I was originally, that's the footbridge there, and the
Well, no, I mean,
ambulance
it's a pretty
bridge.
heavy duty,
Yes.
The heavy-duty one
they've,
is
they've
up
dumped
here.
all kinds of loads of stuff in here.
That was from the
I mean,
outlets.
Peter and I, when we were working on that other project, we walked over here and there's all kinds of stuff dumped in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Well, it's very good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's
It's all-
hazardous or anything per
It's
se.
all ledge,
Yeah,
crushed ledge
Oh,
Yeah.
from the outlets.
From the outlets, right. I remember
yeah,
hearing
yeah.
that the outlets, they dumped a lot of material in
But
there.
there's another big bridge with the railroad bridge
It's
going
down,
across the Sauhegan,
yeah, it's
down here.
And then
down
there's a
here.
bridge from the spur that Jackie was talking about. The spur railroad.
Yes, up
Rail-
here.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the one that we're talking about.
It's the end of,
That's the one if you
Railroad
walk through
Ave.
Watson Park.
Right.
If you walk through Watson Park, right to the edge of Watson Park, you can look, the bridge is right there.
Yes. Is that the only bridge, is what I've been asking? Across
What are you talking
Babuzik
about?
Brook?
Across Babuzik Brook.
Across Babuzik Brook.
Until you get up here.
yeah, Twin Bridges, yeah.
Twin Bridge, yeah,
Yes.
understand that. but I'm talking about in the Watson Park area.
Yeah.
How many bridges cross Babusick Brook?
One,
That's the one.
One.
the big
Okay.
one.
This is the bridge that you said was very heavy duty.
Yep,
Yeah, because
Okay.
built for the emergency
they've had dump
vehicles.
trucks with a
Yeah.
lot of tonnage on them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
This
and
one
they've
is
come
over.
down through Watson Park to get there? Uh-huh.
this bridge down here, the railroad bridge is over,
Oh, the Sauhegan.
Sohegan.
Yeah, oh, that's a big deal. We don't want to fool with that.
No.
We don't want people walking around there, but
No.
it is a convenient place to cross the river.
That spur you're talking about is no more.
I know, but the remains of it is, namely the bridge.
Yeah, and it's been all bolstered to make it good for trucks.
I see. Okay.
And it's supposed to be access to the sewer line too. To,
Yeah, the sewer line
maintain.
runs through here somewhere. I
It
don't,
runs right across the bridge. It runs right across this bridge and
the
the pipe is
Babusick,
hanging from the bridge.
we're talking about the Babusick Brook Bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so that line must run through this development somehow at
I,
present.
no, I think it comes down across the Babusick Brook and then, takes like a right and goes across the other bridge.
Oh, okay, across the Sauhegan River Bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somehow it goes across the Sauhegan River and that's all downhill from there.
yeah.
Does it make any sense to walk this? Could we get permission to walk it or
We probably could.
without
I-
getting shot?
What's that?
Without getting shot?
Yeah, I think, once we have our discussion with him, I think we could ask for that permission, and I think he would probably give it to us. At least the engineer would. Yeah. I think we should.
I
We
mean,
should
to
walk
some
it
extent,
through.
it looks like a facsimile of what they did behind the commons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's not the exact same configuration, but it's a similar concept.
yes, of individual houses.
Well, that's where you
Clustered.
live now, right?
That's where I
Yeah.
live now. Right,
Yeah.
that's right. It's
completely unimaginative.
It's, and this is pretty, yeah, this is get the most you can on the property.
Yeah, yeah.
For a lot of bucks.
Yeah. And the dump issue has to be dealt with in here, but that's not our
Where is the
business.
dump like up here? Is this where the dump was?
Well, it's either there or up a little further. I'm not sure. It was off of Twin Bridge Road. You came down and you went into the longer property, and there was a big, at that time, there was a big steep bank there where everything went over the edge. But there's a lot of stuff in there. It was used for a lot of years.
It was the town of Merrimack dump.
Oh, it was Town of Merrimack. Well, Town of Merrimack didn't own it. Jimmy Longa owned it, and he let the town, he got money from the Town of Merrimack to let them use it as a public dump. But the town never owned it.
Okay.
Longa owned it and still does. And somehow they got to deal with that, I think. I don't know the rules, but there'd be some investigations, I would think, into
What's
I
that,
think they've done,
what's that apartment building down the right-hand corner?
Well, that's new, that's part of this too. See, they didn't give us a
Right, they're
full
not-
map here. Yeah.
That's not built yet, or?
No. All of this is proposed, everything you
Right.
see on here.
Including up the road and into the distance, because there's more of these little houses. It's-
Yes, yeah, some of them fall off the map. There's a total of 86 units, it says, of these little houses.
But you don't go too far up here before you have those little industrial condos and
Yeah.
that
yeah.
already exist.
Yeah. But the building that's shown here, this 48-unit, 4-story apartment block, that's not there. That's part of this development. Open space, open space. Okay. Well, I wanted you all to have that in your back of your mind. We'll try and arrange a meeting with them as soon as everybody's back from vacation. And it'll probably change its configuration a few times before.
Oh,
But think about what you think the town ought to ask for in there as part of the town center committee and integrating it into the town center in some way that would be amenable for the people, nice for the people who live there and,
Well, once the train gets up to Manchester, we should probably ask for a commuter stop
Station.
there, and
well,
we're supposed to think of the future.
we are.
It'd be
Yeah.
nice to have a commuter stop and some parking and,
Wow.
You need parking to go
That
to
would
the
be
community
great.
stop. Big
Right.
time parking.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
you, if you bought one of these places, you could go right to Fenway Park, right?
Right?
That's right.
Well, almost. It was,
Right to
yeah,
the
North
bleachers.
Station.
North Station and then change lines.
Change lines, yeah.
Right.
Close enough.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's thinking.
Yeah, it is.
But this could be really, in all seriousness, you could have a really nice loop around the town. You know, if you had contiguous sidewalks on the main drag on Route 3,
Yeah.
and then you had sidewalks going through here, you'd have a nice loop,
Well, that's what our master plan shows.
yeah.
The plan that Jackie showed us a minute ago. It shows a future, just sort of a dotted in thing, because it wasn't our land at that time, but we may be able to get those rights of way right now. I mean, not
Right.
right now, but when they
It'd be
develop
nice
this.
to have a trail along the Babuzik Brook that you'd get to from Watson Park over to Kids Cove area.
That's what
We were looking
That's what
for.
we're looking for through here.
That would be very, very
This
nice.
is the place to have it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you could ride bikes and,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
run, walk.
Yeah.
yeah,
A
that would be
gravel.
very nice. This part right here, this dark green,
Yeah.
is very low
Yes, I believe that's a
Slopes down.
wetland area that may
here.
cause some
And I
difficulties.
think, my guess is that it's useless for development. It floods.
Yeah.
And,
Which
it's very
dark green?
pretty,
Jackie, which dark green?
right at the edge here.
I can't see. Yeah, well, that's where they've dumped a lot of fill.
Well, Jack must have, because he had a lot of it in his main business area. We stopped we were walking on the path one day and he was working his machines and he told us that it was from the mall. So, he's been working it for years now.
Yeah, I think it's shown that way because it is floodplain. It sort of corresponds with the dashed line that Karen was asking about, runs along the edge of it there. So I think that's floodplain. It's probably flooded land. But we could have a trail go through it. It wouldn't hurt it.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. Good use for
Okay, so I don't think there's much more we can do with that today, but I'd like you all to think about it and think about how we could best use that land use this opportunity to create a walking path through there to connect the two parks, the
Well,
Twin
the-
Bridge and the Watson.
Is there any discussion as to how real this concept is to complete, and timing and financing?
Well,
And whose concept is it?
this is the developer's concept.
And the developer?
The
Who's the
developer is-
developer? That's what I'm asking. Did they
Well,
say?
No. I have the engineering firm and don't remember.
Engineering firms work for the developer.
Yeah. Well, we know the owner is Longa, and I don't know who he's working with, but he's working with an engineering firm. Matt Peterson is the engineer, and I think he's been on several different firms, but I think maybe he's with Keach Nordstrom. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, it's
But
been,
all
it's
those
been
things-
through a couple of go-rounds with a couple of developers that just didn't have the pockets to do it.
Yeah, this is a big pockets project, yes.
And they gave it up.
This could be given up too. I'm just telling you that
Mhm,
they've
sure.
come and they've asked for a discussion with us. They want to get our inputs. The community development department sent them to us, and we're going to be talking to them, and
Yeah.
we'll have an opportunity. But
Is it gonna be an over 55?
looks like it, but don't know.
Cause that, over 55 means that all the school kids that come out of there are probably gonna be taken care of by their grandmothers. So,
Our experience with this kind of housing is it produces very few school kids. We've got
yes,
some right there and
Bless you.
some
Excuse me.
right there, so.
$30 million, if they're each worth $350, that's
Yeah.
$30 million for the homes, not including the apartments.
Yeah.
What do they get for the units down where you are now, roughly? Average.
Roughly a little over 300, 320, I think is in that range, is what they're going for right now.
these will be 350 by the time they get
Probably
built,
by the time they.
Or more,
Yeah.
or more.
yeah.
Amazing.
So may I ask, I don't recognize the design here. Is this a house with an attached garage? Is that what we're looking at?
Probably.
There's
Looks
a
like it.
driveway going to
There's little
the,
driveways, I think that's.
Attached
yeah,
garage.
I think
Yeah.
so.
They kind of look like the ones that are already existing, a little bit north of there.
Yeah,
Yeah, Parker Village, yeah.
Yep.
Come
Yep.
see Parker Village, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, there's things we can control and things we can't. We're asked for input, we'll give it to them. Thank you. The other thing under new business is, okay, we've talked about Matt Peterson, Hillside Design Group. Here, it's right on the agenda, who he's working for. Matt Peterson is working for the Hillside Design Group. Okay, now,
Hillside or Highfield? Never mind.
Hillside Design Group.
It says Highfield on this one.
Well, it says
Well, that's
Highfield
the name of the
Commons.
development, right?
Well, the-
Highfield?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Highfield Commons, that's the
Okay.
name, yeah. Okay, the next thing I want to mention to you is that we will be giving our annual report to the town council in October, as we do every year. And I'll have a draft put together for what I'll be talking about and send it around to you. Maybe that'll be before our next meeting and maybe not, depending when we schedule our next meeting. And other projects to consider for 2019, I gather we're still hoping to do the turkey shoot, is that?
As long as somebody is willing to man the
as long as
table
we
that,
can find the map
that couple hours and find the map and
and
stuff,
the
yeah.
card table.
Yep,
Uh,
and the first meeting for that is within the next several weeks, so
Yeah,
I'll,
let them
make
know
sure.
that we're interested.
Yeah.
We would like to have a table.
yeah,
We will staff it. We'll talk about that at our next meeting.
Is it-
yep,
Is the location set? Is it gonna be?
nothing is set yet, not until the first meeting.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think it may be at the high school cafeteria. We've had the most success
Right.
with that. So, actually, the chairperson of that particular group was not at Tuesday night's meetings, so there was no new information, but there will be.
You're still looking at November 21, 22 as possible dates.
It's usually about a week or so before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's the 28th.
And so that's my best guess.
Yeah, it does show on the 20, yeah, Thanksgiving on the 28th, yeah. Okay, that'll be good if they can do it a week before,
I mean, I'll,
yeah,
next meeting I'll know.
yeah.
Thanksgiving's gonna be on a Thursday this year.
It's on a Thursday every year. Let's see,
All right.
Put 'em bum.
creation. Yeah, any further thoughts on the creation of a Facebook or a website page? Any action there?
I'll talk to Mr. Shaughnessy. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
And I have a retired guy who helps me with my computer, but I don't want to put that on him.
no,
You know, this is something I think a student could do.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bill.
Yeah.
okay. You will please keep it happening, huh? Make
I'll
it-
raise the
make it
flag.
move along.
I'll raise the
Thank you.
flag and see if we can get a student to
Nelson, I have
do it.
Yeah.
old new business that my mind's gotten cloudy on. And I wanted to see if we could resurrect the thought, but did we talk about, like, getting some sort of a sign on Woodbury? In lieu, well, not in lieu of, but as an interim type of step? Didn't we talk about like a solar sign maybe that would, or am I was this a dream? I thought we talked
I
about
wasn't
some
in
kind of
that dream.
some signage maybe that we might be able to get the Rotary Club to come up with the money for, that would be a calming type of sign to slow people down on Woodbury when the kids are there in school and so forth,
Uh-huh.
and
You mean
Maybe
like
a sign-
flashing
Did-
sign when
yeah.
students are out on the street?
didn't we talk about that?
I don't remember talking about
Yeah.
it. If we did, anybody else remember?
Maybe
But-
a sign to have the kids not walk on the middle of the road.
Yeah,
Not gonna happen.
that'll have a lot of.
Or were we talking about generally just, maybe some kind of signage around
I don't
the
remember
town
discussing
center? All right,
signage,
well,
but I can be
maybe this was
refreshed.
something I dreamt, so.
Maybe.
Cars do fly down that road.
Yep. It's nice.
They
Well-
gun it at the top of the hill.
Well, they
think
don't
of
really
the-
have to gun it.
No.
Yeah.
They just put it in gear
Just
and off it
Yeah.
goes.
Go.
The inertia
Gravity
takes over,
takes
right?
Yeah.
Think of the
Gravity.
drivers, who the drivers are on
Well,
that
that's
street.
it.
I've seen some of these, I'm sure everybody's seen them now, but some of these solar signs that they have now for calming people down in neighborhoods. I mean, personally, I slow down when I see that it says I'm going 40 and I'm supposed to be going 30 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just stick them on a phone pole now and
Yeah, there's one right out
Yeah.
here on Babusick Lake
Yeah,
Road.
there
but-
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
Yep,
I don't know.
just before the school.
I don't know what they cost.
out here.
I don't know if it,
Okay, wherever.
it would make any
Wherever
sense
Babusick.
for Woodbury or something,
Yeah. How about one that just says, "You're going too fast"? Period.
Just red flashing.
Yeah.
Too fast.
I don't
too
know.
fast.
That's one we should hand over to Highway Safety. It sounds like Highway Safety Committee is the ones they're the ones who recommend stop signs and so on, and traffic signs around.
Is that
And they
local?
involve the police, yeah, local, the Merrimack.
Well, doesn't the police department head up that or something?
Yes, the
Because I
police
remember
department heads it.
Mark Doyle used to,
And, yeah,
be-
and they still function, they still do that sort of thing. When people ask for a stop sign here, there, or anywhere, it goes to them for a recommendation to the town council. The council has the ultimate say, but they rely heavily on the traffic safety committee.
I came up Woodbury, they do have like a slow children or slow something sign, but it's not
Yeah.
electronic.
I
Yeah.
think our route would be to go through the town manager, as this committee is directed by the town manager.
Well, I think the town manager will bump it over to
Yes.
highway safety. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I swear we were talking about the sidewalk on Woodbury and we said how long that's gonna be and take. and we talked, well, maybe we could do some,
I don't remember it,
Different
but that
signage.
doesn't mean it didn't happen. I have these lapses.
I mean, does anybody think it's worthy pursuing?
The sign,
I'm not sure.
Or
Yeah,
like,
what-
or like the one, like you said, there's one out on Babuzik Lake, where it
Yeah.
tells you you're going 40 and you should be going 30.
Just
Or
says
20.
you're going too fast.
It's in the school district. It's in the school zone,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Woodbury would be too.
Yeah,
It's not marked, though.
I mean, our desire is to have a sidewalk on Woodbury,
Yep.
yeah,
but
Right.
I don't know what year that's gonna happen.
don't know. Yeah,
We traded the money from Woodbury that we were
yes, we
gonna
did.
get,
Yeah,
500 grand,
yeah,
or whatever it was,
yeah.
so that we could finish the trail.
The trail, yeah.
And then there was some indication that we were gonna get the money back for Woodbury.
Yes, we applied for it. We got a favorable recommendation from NRPC, but then in the end of the day, when they came out with their recommendations, the committee or whatever that reviews these things to parcel out the 5 million or whatever they have, we didn't get any, we didn't make the list. So we have to reapply again for that money. And they went far enough with it to come out with some problems with that sidewalk, unfortunately. The federal, we have to get an exemption from the federal requirements for handicap sidewalk because of the pitch of the road. If you just built a sidewalk going up the hill, it would the length, between the combination of the length and the pitch, it exceeds the requirements for people with handicap wheelchairs, for instance. It'd be a heck of a wheelchair ride coming
Pretty
out.
exciting.
So,
We know a guy that took a ride like that
yeah,
in another city, but
yeah,
You gotta have some good brakes if you're in a wheelchair.
yeah. So that created some issues, and in order to get around that, you have to apply for a variance or for some kind, an exemption from that rule when you're applying for it. So we've kind of shifted our emphasis to put things on Babuzik Lake Road and use the money elsewhere. I should say, next year, and it's in 2020, not far away, is the scheduled sidewalk on O'Gara by the school department, which is a good thing. Well, what does the committee want to do something with Bill's suggestion here? Do we want to,
are we gonna have any prerogative on the design of that sidewalk for O'Gara?
not really, unless there'll be a public hearings on it and so on, but we don't get anything special. It's part of the school capital improvement program. That's what it is. And they have hearings on that if you wanted to make input on that. But,
It's
Do you have
really
some
the
issue?
entrance area for the whole, almost the whole school district.
mm-hmm,
And it's a lousy looking entrance. And I would think that our committee would have some prerogative to what that entrance to the school department land should look like, because it's central to the center of the town.
well, there's nothing that gives us any special permissions or authority or anything like that. That's why I'm saying it's a public project, which you have public input to. But as a committee, we don't have any special prerogatives.
I think isn't it part of our job to be involved?
If we wish to make it, I guess we can make it part of our
Why not?
Well,
it
because
doesn't-
it's so
It's
hard.
their land, we don't have jurisdiction over it.
It's the school land,
It's school land and
but
property.
it's in the town center.
And, yeah, what,
Well, a lot of other things are too. I
Lots
know
of-
a couple houses that are in the town center.
they could use some
Yeah,
improvement.
definitely, definitely.
I give up.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to bring up? I'll ask for public comments and note that there are none today. And we need to set a date for our next meeting, which is sometime in October or November. What's the pleasure of the committee? If I can get a meeting with Matt Peterson, that would be a time to have another meeting. If,
Nelson, Peter and I will be away from,
September 21 to November 10.
no, not September 21. Well, effectively September.
Oh, October.
Yeah,
21.
October,
oh, October 21, that's,
October 21 to
for 3
November
weeks.
10th.
yeah. Okay, I think if we're gonna meet, we should meet before then, probably, because, yeah. So you wanna go for something like the 11th of October, or we could do those Fridays in September, 6, 13, 20, and 27? Let's say 27 September, unless I hear otherwise from Peterson, that he wants to meet sooner or can meet sooner. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
So,
I'll be traveling, if that makes a difference, but, I mean, were we talking October to
No,
start
we're,
with?
we're back to September.
Back to
Bill.
September, okay.
You okay, September 27?
No, I'll be gone.
Oh,
that
okay.
should be okay. Peter has another go-round of surgery.
Well,
No way. I thought you were 100%.
He's leaky.
Next Friday.
Oh,
Have
gosh,
to
he's
do it
leaky.
again.
Leaking out the end of his step.
What's that stuff they sell on TV that's supposed to be impervious that they can, miracle tape or something?
Yeah,
let's get back to the date. You can't make the 27th of September?
Correct.
Is that right?
I'm
So-
in Colorado all week.
So you want to do the alternatives to that would be the 20th of September or the 4th of October.
Fourth is okay with me.
They're all okay with us.
They're all okay?
Yeah.
Let me put down 20 September for now,
20 or 27?
20, because Bill can't make the 27th.
Mhm.
Or is that,
No, that's fine.
okay. 20 October, 20
That's a
September.
problem, that's a problem for me, but don't change it for me. I got a wedding in Maine that starts Friday.
about time you got married.
You want to do Friday, October 4th?
Yes.
That's better for me but again, don't
Okay.
change it for me.
If everybody, well, I'd like to get one that everybody can make, and if we can, we'll do it October 4th, huh?
Okay?
Okay.
Oh, good, okay.
October 4th.
10-4.
Okay. And probably sometime during that month, that'll be the last chance you get to review the proposal, the report I'm gonna give to the town council,
Yep.
which will be in the middle of October sometime.
And maybe Bill and I can be out in the autumn leaves
Yeah,
with a student.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
maybe you can bring some video in to show us.
Well, no,
Okay.
we gotta do it.
Well,
Right
yeah,
on.
but I expect it to be done, is what I'm saying.
He expects a little entertainment during our next meeting,
Yeah.
apparently.
So
Yeah.
not to make up all this
I
stuff
was
as we
thinking
go
like
along.
Saturday the 5th maybe or something. Prime foliage.
That's
No, the prime is at the 9th.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Well, why don't I ask them? You want to do it as
You
well?
wanna try to shoot for that, Bill?
The 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
What happens that day? What you planning to do?
We're talking about doing our walk,
Oh,
hopefully with the student.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So that'll be good. I'll give Mr. Shaughnessy, this is when
Okay, then
we'd
you've
like
got
to
a
do it.
real date and something
Yeah.
to work with, yeah.
You could be invited, Nelson, if you wanted
I
to.
would like to be invited, if you let me know, I think I
Anybody
could-
else could come.
Yeah.
Just take the whole troop of us.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Now, bear in mind that we need to get in, if you want to get into the sluiceway, you need to know the date and time, and we have them unlock the gates, because it's a locked place, and then you need a ladder to get down there from the fire station. So there's a little planning that goes ahead. If you,
Okay.
you're gonna set that day,
Yep.
Can't they go like this with the camera?
yes, they can.
Zooming into the sluice way without having to go down into it?
Take a look and see. I think you can. And maybe you can get it from the other side too, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
Other
I
than that,
entertain a motion to adjourn if that's the pleasure of the committee.
So moved.
Moved, seconded by Bill. All in favor?
aye.
Look at the time.
Yeah, right on time. Now, we've got one
Just
other
like
thing
network
to
TV.
do, Jackie. We gotta find your card table and